And hybridization, for that second clean, is a social cultural processes in which discrete structures and practices that existed separately are combined in order to create new structures, practices, and objects. So what he basically did is took the term hybrid from biology and says that he put it in social science. It's like a migration. He's all the time talking about migrations and the process of migrations in order to describe certain practices that identify groups, and they're all the time combining with another groups or practices. So what he's against is the idea of purity, cultural purity, or authentication or authenticity, and this essentialism. He's against that. So he started to develop this term, and it's a really long also debate in regards hybridization. And he also has been, it's like few people have talked or like criticized him because he's saying that this term just works for Latin America, not for the rest of the world, and it has to do with the nation states and the way some dictatorships developed in Latin America. Well, in this book, mainly he points out the contradictions between modernization and democratization in Latin America, and where he says that the states are based on traditions that have not yet gone, the old traditions, the origins of specific groups, and modernity has not yet arrived. So it's a contradiction that all Latin American historians hasn't solved or haven't solved. From its hybrid position, the challenge for Latin America is to construct democratic culture and knowledge without succumbing either to the temptation of elite art and literature or to coercive forces of mass media and marketing. So he's trying to integrate like these two main ideas or ideologies in order to understand the process of changing all the time. So in this article, it's really important because he developed a theory. He's proposing a social theory of the patrimony, and by doing this, first he analyzes specific places where he says that museums are the places that houses patrimony, and patrimony is defined and is dramatized, so you can see the way, like through the architecture and the way things and objects are displayed. So he says that there are two main problems. The modern project is always looking for renewing societies, but are also prolonging shared traditions. So in order to have like a modern project, it has to look back and talk about the origins all the time. So that claim to include all sectors of society, modern projects appropriate historical goods and popular traditions. So traditionalists and renovators need to support each other, leading them to frequent alliances of cultural groups and religious fundamentalists with economic groups and technocratic modernizers. To extend their positions are on certain points objectively contradictory. These alliances often break down or give rise to explosive tension. And he says that in order to understand the ambivalent development of modernity in Latin America, it is necessary to analyze the social cultural structures of those contradictions.